So my experience with Transformers is, I mean, I knew about it growing up. I didn't really watch it. My uncle like had a bunch of Transformers toys that I play with if I ever visited grandma. You know, like there was some cool stuff up there. And I never watched the movie. Didn't see like the animated movie. I think I may have saw the first movie. I think I saw the first movie. And
2007.
I was just like, the Shia LaBeouf thing. I watched that and I was like, I don't care. I don't want to be a part of this. And I think I've seen bits and pieces of some of the other ones. I don't know what's what because it all just kind of blurs together, you know. But I've seen bits and pieces, but I don't really care for it, and I think it's kind of whack. And I think
Transformers?
The Michael Bay Transformers.
Oh, I thought you meant Transformers.
No. Transformers is fine. I'm Transformers neutral. I'm not like against it. I'm not for it. I'm just like, oh, that's a thing and people like it. I see. Okay, cool.
But did it affect your childhood as a kid?
No. I wasn't like.
You didn't have a brother that was like totally watching.
No, you know I don't have a fucking brother.
I know. I don't. I'm always talking for the audience, of course.
No, I didn't have a brother. I had an uncle who kind of introduced me to him, but that was I wasn't like big into that shit. But I am into a girl and her robot storylines, and I saw the trailer for this movie, and I noticed in the trailer that they looked like they're supposed to look. They didn't look like trash, because in the Michael Bay movies, they look really ugly. They're aesthetically unappealing to me with how many parts and bits and pieces, and they just kind of look like shit. Too many polygons, too much shit going on.
Way too many polygons.
And so in this, I saw in the trailer that they had cleaned them up. They made them look more like they originally did in the cartoon series. They stuck to that design a little bit more, and I saw there was like a girl and a robot thing, and I was like, well, it's kind of on brand for me, you know. I'm down for that. I'll go check it out. And so so we went and gave it a shot, and it was good. It was a solid film, fun for the whole family. No one's gonna get offended, you know. Like they made the fucking Transformers look so much better. They looked so much better. I loved that cunt villain. Red one, Shatter.
Oh yeah.
That Angela Bassett did the voice for. I loved her. I was like, yes. Like I love the villains and the Decepticons that come down to Earth that are hunting Bumblebee. So there's just this red one. She's just this fucking cunt, and she's just walking around like, oh, fucking humans, fuck them. You know, like it's pretty funny. I liked her a lot, and Bumblebee was super cute. And I like, you know, the storyline with the girl was like, okay, you know, like E.T., you know, like, but when you said that, it's like, oh yeah, you're totally right. They just like, okay, we're gonna take Transformers, E.T., fucking, we'll fix them so they don't look like shit anymore.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
E.T.'s a great story.
Right.
I have zero problem with the retelling of that, you know.
It's a structure.
100%. And it
just a structure.
works.
Yeah,
It works. It works.
And this is also for families and for kids.
I tried every time I was ready to be like, you motherfuckers. I tried like, this is a children's movie.
This is for kids.
This is a children's movie.
I understand that.
100%.
I understand that's what's going on here. And I think that, but if I were going to show my kids a Transformers movie, I would show them this over any of those other fucking movies. Like this, I would be comfortable showing my child. Megan Fox leaning over a car and Shia LaBeouf and all that stuff. Like I don't want to show that at all. John Cena, what'd you think of him in the movie? You're a wrestling man. Let's get your wrestling opinion.
I'm stoked John Cena was actually in like a real movie because he's been in like a couple and if this is what John Cena has decided he's going to do, like he's going to be like, this dude works too hard and is too good at the things that he does. Like, get ready to see more of John Cena.
Right.
If he's an actor, if he's decided he's an actor, he's going to be successful.
Yeah.
This dude works super
right.
And it was good. It was a good little part for him. Like
there was
enough little slaps. He's good at like kid comedy, like good at dumb faces and saying dumb. Like he's good at that shit.
He's perfect. Like I think that the younger audience really works for John Cena.
He like is believable as this military fucking buff crazy guy, but also can do dumb faces and
be a little
comedy.
silly.
Like,
and his line where he's like, "We haven't even like, does no one want us to talk about how these guys call themselves Decepticons?"
Right.
Like
that is such a John. That could have been said on Raw.
Right.
Like that is very much right in John Cena's lane to say shit like that.
Dude, he nailed that. It was like one of the best lines. I really like that line. I'm glad that he like brought it up. And then it was like, it was like self-aware.
They called out the obvious.
They called out the obvious. It was like, all right, you guys, fuck it. That's funny. That's really true. I did like when spoilers, a couple of humans get killed in this, and they
100%.
And then she's like, yeah, kill that fucking guy. Like, and then
Dude, just
And then he turns them into goo. And I love that, like, I know for a kid's film, they can't do, like, red, you know? So they just made it clear goo.
They did, like, Mars Attacks.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
I was like, I liked watching people turn into goo like that. Like, that was really fucking cool. I thought it was fun. I'm glad that some people did.
It was killing people, but it wasn't like it wasn't gory. It wasn't blood and guts.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they straight blew up and turned.
But these are
slime.
bad guys, and they
said I liked it.
and
Said I
they-
liked the way they pop.
Yeah, I know. And I liked it too. I was like, yes, like do it some more.
How'd you feel about the female lead?
She was good. She was fine. You know, she did what she was supposed to do. Like,
I am very attached to an angry Smiths listening to 18-year-old girl in 1987. Like,
right?
that these girls turned into those girls that age turned into the girls that I had my first like love experiences with.
Yes.
Were girls like this. So it bothers me, not bothered me, but it's like funny that in 2019, in 1987, that girl smokes cloves.
Yeah.
At least, you
Yeah,
know, like
right.
what, like that girl smokes cloves.
They made her a little. She was a little clean.
They made her look like this.
Yeah.
This girl's. She's a bad. This is a bad girl.
Yeah. She's in a fucking garage. She hangs out in a garage in a fucking a parts. What is it?
A junkyard.
Junkyard. Yeah. She fucking hangs out in the junkyard. Yeah, that was cute though. She was cute.
They crammed the 80s in there a couple
They
times.
did cram the 80s in
When the
there a
guy
couple
said,
times.
well, he was like, I want to watch my shows, and he had to say it was Alf.
I was like, let's see what Elf is up to. It's the 80s. Because this is set in 1987. So
But
this
how'd
is
you
set
feel about
before
overall
movies.
the 80s flavor?
I mean, it was just like 80s for kids, you know. It's
Right,
like-
aside from the times they shoehorned it in, it was
Yeah.
cool. Like, I like 80s stuff.
yeah,
I was a kid then.
right. I was.
Well, I like that,
born
and
then.
also tying that into the fact that Transformers happened at that time.
Right, exactly. Like I thought
Mm. I-
that was a good. We know. Here you go. Here's 87.
Right.
Here's the movie you wish we would have made.
Wish we could. Oh, you just nailed it right there. Wish that we should have made.
Like, here's the one. Here's the one
Exactly.
here's the one that you wanted to begin with.
Yeah,
Like,
Exactly.
here it is.
Here it
you
is.
know?
And they did
Exactly.
it, and I showed up, and I was like, all right.
Did
this
you,
is
Johnny
good.
C? Did you see the Transformers cartoon movie in 1987? That came out?
Yes. Any Transformers cartoon stuff, I for sure saw when I was a kid. 100%.
Okay, that's still, I think that's the best Transformers
Oh
thing
yeah,
they've ever made.
well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Great, it's a great movie. I mean, for a kids movie, I think it might be one of the best kids movies ever.
Yeah.
I still haven't shown it to Danica, but
It's a really good
It's hard to
movie.
get a hold of it. It's
Yeah.
really hard to get a hold of it.
You know, I will say though, without watching this movie, I was like, fuck Optimus Prime. Why the fuck is he bringing us into his fucking bullshit Civil War crap? Get the fuck off of Earth. I don't want to help the fucking Autobots or I don't want anything to do with this. We have nothing to do with this.
When
Get
he
the fuck
said-
out of here.
He was like, the planet's well hidden. It's like, okay,
Good.
well, leave us the fuck alone.
Then leave us the fuck alone. Why don't you go to fucking Mars or some shit? Like, why do you gotta come here? Like, there's people here. Like, you guys have a fucking. You're bringing your war to our doorstep, and like, we're supposed to be down when like fucking crazy people come and try to eat whole cities. Like,
Completely unprepared for what you're bringing.
and what is the problem? Why is there a civil war?
What are you uprising against?
What are you uprising against?
Maybe Megatron's a decent dude.
Like, I don't know that he's not, you know, like, what the fuck is the problem? So that was, like, being someone who doesn't know a lot about Transformers, I was just like, fuck these guys. They don't need to be here. Fuck them.
There was a little. I was like, that's how they got here. Like,
Dude.
get the fuck out of here.
I know, go to the planet of junk. Go anywhere. Like, just
Anywhere
not,
else.
Anywhere else where there's not fucking people who are already established who are trying to live their lives. Like, go, whatever the fuck. Go to some metal planet filled with fucking metal so you can make fucking metal stuff. How do they eat? Do they eat? I did have a lot of questions. It's like, do they eat? I was like, Bumblebee got his ass kicked. I mean, he was like being like tortured. Like, he was like being hung up on the fucking above the ground, kicked, punched, stomped on. And then he turns around and he's like, our hero moment, like, and something jostles something, his memory comes back online. But it's just like, wait, he just got his ass kicked for like a long time. Like, how is he like back at it and like better than ever? Like, I don't understand how this physiology, Transformer
The robot.
Autobot physiology works. And then she can fix him.
You don't understand his HP.
I don't understand it. And then she can fix him, but then not, you know, like what? And then, but he can move his parts around and then scan, you know, I don't know.
In the new movies, does Bumblebee talk like that through the radio?
You mean in the
Yeah.
Michael Bay movies?
Yes.
Yeah, he talks through the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's how it sticks. Like she really did give him his voice when
Yeah.
he says that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So he talks through the radio.
Well, that was
stuff,
the main thing that I disliked was any connection to the Michael Bay franchise. Like, I wish that this, like you said, I wish this could have been the only Transformers movie. But I felt like the weakest parts were what they tied in to try to connect it to.
A lot of prequels. Like when they try to retrofit stuff, you know, like even like in the Star Wars prequels when they do that. But I think it's an interesting storytelling device, like in like the Star Wars example, when it's like, all right, really, you dropped one missile and it went straight down to the core and it blew everything up, and it's like, all right, if that's what happened, how does that happen?
Right.
You know, and
Tell
so you
me
have
more.
to retrofit it, make it there was a spy in there and blah. Like, so I don't like it. Like, I think that's a bullshit thing, but it's fun as a storytelling device.
It is fun as a storytelling
And
device.
I've never seen any of the Michael Bay movies, so I'm not exactly sure what they shoehorned in.
Well, I've actually never finished a single one of the Michael Bay movies. Like, I've left every one. I've maybe done 30 minutes, and then it's just like way too much nonsense, and I can't
it's
take
just
it.
too much
But
stuff.
the thing that I disliked from the Michael Bay movies was right from the get-go is the idea that the Transformers can just like scan a car and then they can turn into that. It's like, no, they're a car and a robot.
Right.
And they turn into one or the
if
other.
they're from a fucking faraway planet, how would they, like, why would they be looking like our
I thought about all these things too.
Oh,
These are not
exactly.
things you can think about.
Exactly. Exactly. That is a problem, and that's why they did the scanning thing.
On Cybertron, I was like, why is this dude a fighter jet from Earth?
Right. Like from Earth. Like, so I feel like, I don't know, I'm not mad about it. I'm not about the scanning technology.
With this movie, with other movies like it, if there's any chance for you to enjoy it, there's things you're just gonna have to let go.
Right.
There's things you have to let go.
Right.
Like, and if you really want to nitpick, and I spent my teens and most of my 20s, all of my 20s and my 30s, being that angry guy, and that was like, well, what the fuck? But but. Look, man, you want to enjoy your life? Just let it go.
What I'm saying, what I was
Let it
thinking
go.
is that it is a silly idea. So let it be silly. Don't try to give it a reason like they can scan and be in the car. But go ahead and just say their cars are the robots. And
Well, that's nitpicking, I feel
Did
like.
they scan? Well, I've never seen the other
I mean,
movies.
you think it's a personal problem?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a personal problem. I was when the girl was like, well,
Maybe.
you could be a fucking Camaro this whole time, and you're just fucking. When I was
That
driving
was
around
funny.
in you, like, you're a fucking stupid Beetle, but you could be a cool ass Camaro this whole time.
You could come up with 100 different
Dude,
reasons to excuse that idea without having to do scanning.
When
Very
Shatter turned into that red car, whatever the fuck it was, I was like, that's the toughest car ever.
You are such a hillbilly.
That's the toughest car ever. I was like, yes.
You
Yes.
are a hillbilly. Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll tide. Roll tide on that car. I would drive that around. That's a tough fucking car right there, dude. I was like into it. I was like, it held the 6 lights across. I was just like, yes. Like, I was really into it.
Your Alabama blood.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I
I grew up around muscle cars.
You're
so.
like mad at that dude's wife. Like, no, he
I
shouldn't
know,
buy that car.
right.
Why would he buy a house?
Yeah,
You can buy that cool
shut
car.
Up, shut up, bitch. Like, this car is sick. You know, it was good. Although that one part at the very end where, like, okay, so they fly in because the two Decepticons, one can turn into a fucking airplane, one can turn into a helicopter. And then, like, they come in at the very end, and then turn into their car self, but then keep rolling and then turn into their other self.
No, they went.
And they went, flying to car to
Running.
Decepticon running, dude. And I was like, what the fuck? You never fucking do that. I mean, I get it, but like,
No, I like that.
I
That
know,
was
it's
fun.
fun, too.
That was fun.
I was like, come on, guys. This is really good.
Couple extra steps.
Dude, like, I can't imagine having to animate that. Like, fuck. That seems like it'd probably be a lot of stuff to have to deal with to animate all that nonsense. But it looked cool, and they fucking pulled it off. And I like that fucking red cunt fucking lady. She was cool. She's fucking cool. It's like, yeah, she's like telling people to go, yeah, fucking kill that guy. I don't fucking, yeah. She's the
And there was
ringleader.
another friendship.
Yeah.
With her,
yeah.
Again, this dude doesn't get. They just save fucking everybody from the Decepticons.
Yeah.
This dude slices up his arm, and he can't even hold her fucking hand.
Dude.
Again.
She wasn't ready, though.
Are you saying there's a trend in movies?
So I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
this young fellow. I mean, he hadn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he's light-skinned black guy doesn't get to kiss the girl. Like,
Right. Come on. Come
doesn't
on.
get to kiss the girl every time.
Get memo, kiss.
Every time there's a friendship, it's Jackie Chan or fucking Eddie
Right.
Murphy or Miles Morales or
Right.
this fucking guy. Every time there's a friendship with the chick, it's always a dude who's not a white guy.
That sucks. You're right.
All
You're right.
the time.
All
And
right,
I'm not,
yeah.
like I said, I'm not saying there shouldn't be friendships. There should be. Like,
Right.
can we make a white dude a friend? Let's make a white
okay,
dude a
let's
friend.
take a look at the Spider-Verse, dude. I mean, everyone's freaking out about Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales. Like, there's so much fucking fan art and fucking people jerking themselves off to the idea of these two characters hooking up. You know, there's a lot of fucking heat between those two characters, and so, you know, like, that's what people are at right now. You know, like, they missed an opportunity because people are loving fucking Miles and Gwen, who love that shit. People love that shit. And I was thinking a little bit more about the Spider-Verse since we were talking about all the different movies that we've been watching this year. And I did realize something that I liked about the Spider-Verse was that you have a Miles Morales. You got like he's half Hispanic, he's half black, and then you have the white girl. You got a little white girl Spider-Gwen, right? And like the brown man and the woman have both been repressed. You know, like we've been repressed, the brown man and the woman, and the brown women too. I mean, that's in there. But like, she's symbolic of all women. He's symbolic of the brown man. And so now they have spider powers. And then you have like shitty white older dude Peter Parker, who's like, he's made some mistakes, you know. But now he's going to help these kids, like have them have their come up so that they can also be helpful spider people in the spider community. I like that message, you know. I like that message. I think there's something like really good about it. It makes me feel good.
I can't believe we're talking about that again.
Yeah. I was thinking about it some more. Dude, I saw some really like weird Spider-Verse fan art of like Octavia with Aunt May.
Oh.
And she was
That was not the second that I was hoping
she
for.
was sitting on Aunt May's lap. Aunt May doesn't have a shirt on, and then she's got like one of her stickers like on Aunt May's boob, and she's like, ugh, like it was just like, whoa, Aunt May and fucking Octavia. That's some weird, and it was really well drawn. It was so well drawn.
Octavia and the Prowler.
Octavia and the Prowler.
And,
you think they're smashing?
No, I'm saying if I'm good,
if you're a fan fiction,
it's like I don't know, 12 other dudes. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Anyway,
each one for tentacles.
Yeah.
Bumblebee overall, how did you both?
Oh
feel?
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. You said it best, Tyson. After we saw the movie, you said I give it a Bumblebee minus.
Right.
You know,
Oh my god.
it was good.
Well-
It wasn't like I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. I don't need to see it again necessarily, but I did enjoy myself. And if I was in a family situation, kids and stuff like that, I would definitely be like super stoked to bring my kids to see that movie.
Well, I think in retrospect, my review is a little higher than it is now. Mm-hmm. Like I've forgotten it real fast. Mm-hmm. Like
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like it is a super forgettable. You go in there and watch it. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
that was cool, and then
But-
immediately forget everything.
Yeah,
about it.
right.
I think the reason I like it more than I want to is because I'm like I played with the toys a lot when I was a kid, and this is how I wish they had made the movie the first time, and I was so frustrated with Michael Bay's stuff that I'm like, no, this is not how you do it, and I have this like personal problem with like interpreting franchises so wrong.
Sure.
So I'm like, get it right. This proves there are filmmakers out there that want to get this stuff right. They exist.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, does it end up in the wrong hands or the right hands? And that's how I feel.
I remember reading an article in the LA Times before the Michael Bay Transformers movies came out, and they were talking about that there was a special effects guy. They're like measuring for like effects and blah blah blah, and they get this is supposed to be where Starscream is, and the Michael Bay was so surprised that any of the guys working knew who he had no idea who the Transformers were and couldn't believe that these dudes gave a shit about.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
So it meant none of it meant anything to him. Like there was nothing that needed to be like, oh, we can't change this or oh, we can't change that. None of it meant shit to him. So it was like him making his own thing. That was also when I was out.
Yeah.
That's just like the X-Men
bye, guys.
with Bryan Singer. Same story.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone that never had any relationship to begin with before they made the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's just here to do his job, make some money, and make money for the studio.
To make a movie. Like I'm gonna make it doesn't necessarily need to be this movie. I want to make a movie, whatever it is.
Make a movie.
But then again, the bigger mystery for me was also why did people keep going to these Michael Bay Transformers movies? Why are they such big hits?
The overseas market was a big part of it. China and Russia's emerging markets, like it was something that was translatable overseas because it's just like a spectacle.
These fools never seen any movies.
Yeah, so like to see this,
They've never
what the
seen-
fuck?
Totally, and that makes sense, except that why did Pacific Rim bomb? And Transformers succeeded.
It was too
in
good.
The same thing.
Pacific Rim was too good.
Yeah, Pac Rim was really good. Okay, so this shit is like sick. I'm dying. It's fucking like almond oil and coconut oil and this canyello wax and castor oil, vitamin E, CBD, and natural flavor. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it's in there. I was like, I know what those things are. You put it together, mix it up just right. This is watermelon flavor. And I've been using it, and like legit, like I've been really stressed, guys. I don't know if you've been able to tell. I've been like really stressed because I've been doing a lot. You know, I fucking shipped out this giant the calendar, shipped that out. By the way, there's only a few left right now too, so whatever. But anyways, so we got this fucking. I had a rash around my mouth because like sometimes I get a rash around my mouth when I'm like really stressed out. I'm like a wild animal, you know. I have these like
Holy
weird little
shit.
things. Like I get rashes when I get upset. You know, I used to have eczema really bad. You know, like that's how I roll. And so I was getting a little bit of this. And I started using, and like Andy gave me this, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna start using this, trying it out. And like the fucking rash went away. Like, no problem. It's like, no problem. And so this stuff is like, CBD is anti-inflammatory, and I think it really did help. So, and I've been using it ever since. I'm like, yes, this shit's like sick. Like, I dig it. I still have my Aquaphor. I haven't completely left Aquaphor. Let's be real about it. Aquaphor is
Can't
like.
rub that on tattoos.
Right. Speaking of tattoos, I got a new tattoo.
How did that heal up? I was going to ask you about
It's still healing. He's still a little puffy, and he's a little itchy, but he looks great. He like healed up so perfect.
Okay, that's a separate topic. Finish.
Okay.
Oh,
Finish
sorry.
Pendico.
So Pendico, yeah, get this fucking lip balm, dude. But they also have candles and scents. All of them have CBD in it, which is the non-psychoactive component derived from marijuana plant. So it doesn't get you high, but
Just
it makes
feel
you
good.
makes you chill out and makes your skin chill out. Because it made my fucking my rash go away. So, but it's like the new snake oil where everyone's trying it and nobody quite knows like what it is, and so I like to experiment with these fucking products. And so this one was a success. And I do like their CBD candles. I'll like if I really want to have a good night's sleep, I'll just burn that shit like in my room like all night, and like I'll definitely sleep a couple extra hours. It's like it's pretty good for that. So, anyways, Pendico, go over there, buy some stuff. Tyson, do you have like a link or anything you can show?
It's pendy.co, not .com.
Pendico. Thank you.
All right, and that's our ad.
And that's our ad. Also, use CBG19 for like 20% off or some shit.